the iPhone is celebrating its sweet 16, so we obviously gotta unbox it. What's up, internet? I'm Brian MacDuff, aka Bmac, and welcome to another video. So yes, indeed, today I do have in front of me the iPhone 16 Pro, and naturally, anytime there's a new iPhone, we gotta unbox it. So that is what we are going to do, but first things first, I do need to give a huge thank you and a shout out to Apple for actually loaning out this iPhone 16 Pro for me to be able to check out and review. So Apple, thank you. I appreciate you. But with that having been said, iPhone 16 Pro in the box, time to unbox. Quick look at the box, you can see what the iPhone 16 Pro looks like when you're looking at it from the front. iPhone on the right side, iPhone on the left side, Apple logo on top, Apple logo on bottom, and of course some more model information, serial number information, IMEI, all that good stuff on the back, but you don't care about any of that. I know you don't. I kind of don't really either. So let's get to doing that. Right about now. 1, 2, and we're good to go. The reveal of the iPhone 16 Pro in the natural titanium color. Whew, let's do it. The iPhone 16 Pro in the natural titanium color, one of my personal favorite colors, by the way. But we shall carefully remove this from the box, see what else comes in the box itself. And this is gonna be pretty quick because you'll see the only other thing inside the box, along with a packet of information. But first things first, this is the first thing we saw, so let's look at this. This is going to be your Apple USB-C to USB-C cable, and you can see it is this braided style cable here now instead of the plastic exterior. Love this, feels higher quality, just looks nicer, feels nicer. And then also you are going to see, like I said, this packet of information here, which is actually kind of different this time. It's an oval setup instead of a square setup. And upon opening this, we will see, if I get this little paper part off. This is just a piece of paper letting you know that the iPhone no longer has a physical SIM card. It is now an eSIM, so that's a notification for that. And then you just have your safety and handling, battery and charging information, and this little packet right there. But you will notice it is the end of an era. No more Apple stickers inside the iPhone box. Truly a sad moment, but at the same time, I have so many stickers, I don't know what to do with them. So, am I sad about it? Yes, but clearly I don't even know what to do with them, so I'll get over it. These shall go into my Apple archive. Relics of the past at this point. But that is quite literally all that comes inside the box. Very minimal this year. You have a recycle logo there, so I'm sure Apple would like you to recycle the box, even though I'm sure probably half of you actually keep it if you're crazy like I am. But let's take a closer look at the star of the show. The iPhone 16 Pro in the natural titanium color. We do have some cellophane / paper, whatever you want to call this now, to remove. So we shall do that right now. You only get to do that like once a year, so I always thoroughly enjoy it. The first look at the iPhone 16 Pro. The first thing you're gonna notice here is this new camera shutter button. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting to try out. A lot of this is gonna be very similar to the design of the iPhone 15 Pro. You will notice on the right side, you do have your sleep power button right there, again, alongside that new camera shutter button. And on the left side of the device, you are gonna see your action button there, along with your volume up and volume down button, with your symmetrical antenna ticks on the right side of the device and left side of the device. Nothing on top, but another antenna tick. And then on bottom, of course, you do have your microphone and speaker cutout holes, alongside your USB-C port and another antenna tick. And this is kind of unique here, because where the 5G antenna hardware used to be, this is actually now the camera shutter button, so kind of cool that we've dual purposed that area here with the iPhone 16 Pro. We'll get into that more, obviously, as we get to know this device. You still do have your camera housing protruding from the back itself, which unfortunately still does lead to quite a wobble. I would like if it was the full width at this point and just completely flat, but that's just me. But that is indeed the iPhone 16 Pro. Let's turn it on for the first time. Boom. The Apple logo. This is now starting up, but per usual, I don't wanna have to walk you through the boring setup process. I'm gonna snap my fingers, that process is all gonna be done for you. It's set up. The iPhone 16 Pro being turned on and used for the first time, and usually this is the part of the video where I would kind of wrap it up, but we gotta try out this new camera shutter button. We have to. So here we go. Here's the new camera shutter button as part of the iPhone 16 Pro. And you're gonna notice if I just click that camera shutter button, it automatically launches the native camera app on the iPhone 16 Pro. And then obviously from here, if we just press it again, it's gonna actually operate as a camera shutter and take a photo. You can see that it is actually responsive to touch. So just by swiping through here, I have different camera options rather than having to touch on the display itself. So we'll try that out. So pretty cool to be able to have that here. I'm curious to see how this is gonna actually fit into my daily workflow when using the camera. Now I could actually use it to perhaps make my photography skills on the iPhone that much more seamless. And obviously the iPhone 16 Pro does not end there. I think that is the big feature to show off here, but there's so much more for us to test out with this bad boy. Per usual, if you're not yet already doing so, be sure to smash that subscribe button with all notifications turned on so that when the full review video for the iPhone 16 Pro drops on this channel, you're one of the first to see it. And as always, for the latest deals, prices, promos, and information for the iPhone 16 Pro, you can of course always head to my affiliate link, bmac.link/iPhone 16 Pro, or of course, as always, there's gonna be clickable links in the video description box and in the comment section below. So check those out. With that having been said, I'm going to go snap away with this camera shutter button. That was pretty awesome right there. That felt very natural, but I will see you guys in my next video.